I'm so excited about this project. I'm like physically amped. I'm charged, supercharged.
Excellent.
Yes, ready to jump up and down. Except I won't, because the chickens will fall over. So about 6 years ago, I made little chicken families like these, and then just didn't do it again for a super long time. 6 years, long time. And then we were excited about getting ready for Spring Fiber Fairy, and I was scrolling through. Sometimes I look through old pictures, and these popped up, and so that's where we're headed. I'm excited about it.
I'm excited too.
Here's why I'm excited, because it's kind of like the little gnomes or the hummingbirds or all these little projects where there's so many possibilities, and you can use all of your tiny pieces or random locks or all these different techniques. We've got a silk, we've got pre-felt, we've got real feathers, locks, yarn, and I'm going to show you everything. And the colors that we have, I mean, almost every color that I look at, I can see incorporating it into a chicken. Because if you look online, there are endless varieties of chicken breeds, I guess they would be called.
They're very pretty.
They're so pretty. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a rooster, hen, and chick armature. And then I'm going to show they're each a little different. So like the rooster is about the stature, the kind of the longer neck, the longer legs, of course, the plumage of the tail. The hen is about her shapes, her thighs, her poofy butt, and her coloring. And then the chicks, it's funny, the little chicks are made exactly the way our chick kit is, the larger scale chick kit. They're just teeny tiny. So you're using core and not doing the fluff. I wanted to talk real quick about supplies, because we currently do not have a supply pack for this. And the reason is because there's so much potential and possibility, it would be almost painful to say, well, this is what's always in the supply pack.
That's like the gnomes.
Yeah, the gnomes and the
same
thing. But we know people are going to ask, and it's something we kind of have this part figured out, and then we'll see if we're going to figure out a supply pack. So depending on when you're watching this video, we may or may not have one. But here's the sort of overview of what you need. Tacky wrap, either sticky bun or sticks, definitely. We're using 26 gauge and 32 gauge, which is what comes in the tacky wrap, the pre-dip tacky wrap sticks. So like a set of these is perfect. They're so tiny and fussy, having that stickiness already is a good idea. I am totally using swax. It's perfect for the little toe ends, making tiny, teeny tiny little claws and the beak. So tacky wrap and swax for sure. Then you need a core wool, and it can, like I said, it can be any, just depending on what you're doing, any color. The copper or cinnamon or gold is great. Off-white chunky core, always good. Then the top coat, oh my gosh, we've got the beautiful line of the Romney top coat, has this rich, deep colors. The top coat page is full of a rainbow of colors. And then in our house carded bat section, again, it's just endless. I like, for legs, I like either Vine. Vine has a little bit of green. It's a little more grayed out than Olive is great for legs. The Aracanas, am I saying that right? The hens that lay blue eggs have blue legs, pretty much. They're like so probably actually the Harvest Moon pumpkin bat could even work.
The blue moon?
Yeah, the blue moon, yeah. So this is the Harvest Moon, which is a nice rich orange, which is great for roosters and hens that have that golden coloring. This is the full moon, which is a nice white because it's not a perfect white. It's a really well balanced between warm and cool, sort of grayed out white. Raven and Peacock are great for the roosters. The whole Santa bat series of vibrant colors are great. This is Bay. I just got that. It's one of the pelts just to show there's a whole range of natural colors in the pelts. I was also looking at I was walking back and there was a rack drying of fiber art bundle. I was like, oh my gosh, those colors. So the fiber art bundles, this one's bronze and this one is autumn, I believe, have short fiber merino, mohair, and a huge variety of locks and silk. So this project is great for these bundles because you're going to be able to go through there and find all different kinds of textures, and that's what these little things are about. It's lots of different textures. Pre-felt. I'm using the pre-felt in a few ways. The red is perfect for the combs. I'm also making kind of little tails. This is going to be, I'll show it up front, but you can create that hen tail shape with a little pre-felt kind of structure underneath it. I can make, you can make feathers with the pre-felt. I was also making some feathers with top coat, which these I would just kind of make a few individual rooster tail feathers. And then locks. So we have a huge variety of candy curls, natural locks. We've got the fiber art bundles or the fiber art locks, which are just locks dyed in the same color families. And the locks are fun to make representative of the feathers.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
You know what else there's a lot of?
A lot of goodness. What?
There's a lot of rooster and chicken jokes out there.
Oh, good.
A plethora.
What's a group of chickens called?
I don't know, a flock?
We're going to have to look that up. Okay, let me make sure I talked about everything before we get started. We're going to do an armature sort of section showing the 3 armatures, and then each one's done a little differently. So I think we have to do every one, Milo. Every little different one.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Let's go.
I'm excited.
Okay.
All right, this is exciting.
We've
said that.
These are fussy little buggers, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're little.
I'm not going to lie. So what I should have said in the intro is that even though these are small, this is not a first project.
Yes.
Because they're fussy. You need a lot of things on hand, a lot of different things, familiarity with, like, working small is actually really hard.
Yeah.
And it takes a while to be able to finesse wool to do what you want it to do.
Right now, well, you're not wrapping anything, but we should just tell people, use less wool than you think.
Yes, use less wool than you think. I'm going to start with the chick. And the chick is made on the 32 gauge wire. So if you have your tacky wrap sticks, there's 26 gauge and 32 gauge in there. So we want to wrap 2 inches.
Start by finding the center.
Yep, start by finding the center. Twist together 2 inches. And that's going to be your little chick beak, head, and body. And then we're going to bend the legs at, what did I do? We should make legs and toes, legs 1.5 inches. Okay, so the legs are going to be 1.5 inches long. Let me show you guys. Let me show you on the ruler so that you believe me. All right, so we twisted 2 inches. And then the legs are going to be 1.5 inches from the end of the twist. And that's where you make the 90-degree turn. And then these are going to be each toe. So this is the same way we do the chicks in the larger size. And just, you're going to make these guys, you're going to make their feet bigger than they would be.
because otherwise, first of all, it'll be really hard to wrap, and then it just becomes increasingly difficult for them to stand up. So your little chickens and roosters are going to have bigger feet than they would. So go about 5/8 of an inch, just over a half an inch. And the only trick to this is you just keep making toes around the base of the leg in the same direction. So I went forward, now I went backwards. Now I'm going to go around the base of the leg and come over here and do this one. And then around the back of the leg. I hope you're zoomed pretty good.
I'm pretty zoomed.
And then do this one. And whatever's left can just go up the leg. And then take these little toes and give them a twist so that they kind of stay on lockdown. It's sticky and fussy. That's all I'm going to say. Looks like that. Do the other one. I do not use the digit widget for this. It's just, you can't, it's counterproductive. It's too small to get in there, and so I just eyeball it. Now I'm going around the side.
How did the chicken wake up?
Oh boy, there's too much possibility for tasteless jokes.
This is true.
Okay, I don't know how
be
the
careful
chicken.
in internet land.
I don't know how the chicken woke
With
up.
his alarm clock.
Oh, that was not the pun I was thinking of.
No.
Okay, so then they just get little backwards knees, little hocks, and it looks like that. Did you know that bunny butter takes the sticky off your hands?
What?
Yeah. So when you're working with tacky wrap and swax, have some bunny butter around, because your fingers get real sticky, and then that just takes it away. Okay, the hen. The hen is going to start with a 26 gauge wire, and we find the center, and we're going to twist 3.5 inches. Thank you. One more. Okay, and then the legs, we give the rooster and hen an actual knee. So the hen goes like this, 3/4 of an inch. And then it's 1 inch is a backwards bend, and then another 1 inch makes her bottom of her leg. Let me get her little head going on here so you know which way she's facing. Always a good idea to watch through the video, understand where you're headed, and then do it.
For the armatures especially.
Yeah, because it's confusing. So we have a forward bend, a backwards bend, and then another backwards bend. And then you want this to be the front toe. And then I just cut this. It's so small it doesn't matter that it's pointy. So we've got a front toe and a back toe. And now with a 32 gauge wire, we're going to make her tail and the rest of the toes. So I find the center. Sometimes there's a little bit of extra goop on here, so I just get it off. And then I want to twist about 1.25 inches together for her tailbone, like that. And then the rest of this is going to come down her leg. I try to go the same direction that I am going to wrap my wool. Just come down the leg loosely. And then when you get down here, you're going to make 2 more toes.
You're wandering off the bottom of my camera just a little.
Oh, your camera is not sticking with me.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding. And then I'm going to cut. Oh, I got to reach. I'm sorry. You're going to see the back of my head. Oh, you're going to do it for me? Thank you, my love.
Of course.
I'm just going to cut this because I don't want to deal with it.
Looks a little bit like a dinosaur right now.
Oh, they look so crazy. And then cut this to the right length as well.
What kind of chicken grows on a tree?
Oh my gosh. This is one of those jokes that's like such a stretch because chickens don't grow on trees. I don't know what kind.
Poultry. It's a stretch.
No.
It's a poultry.
That should
Just
be,
go
it
with
should be what kind of tree grows chickens.
the poultry.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
Not what kind. Because chicken is poultry.
Yes, that was the point.
I'm all critical of the internet jokes. What did I do? Oh, okay, I've got it. These are like wonky and they're gonna frustrate you, and this is not like the most. But in the end, you're gonna like it. That's what I'm getting at. Once you get past this stage, I got one small toe that I'm gonna try to even out over here. I made a bad decision. I made a bad folding decision. So come out here, make it long enough. Did I fold it in the exact same place? Sorry, I don't think so. There we go. Can you see her? Can you see her already?
Yes.
Yeah. You don't have to patronize me, Milo.
It looks like a velociraptor.
Rooster.
If the rooster laid an egg on the roof, which way would the egg roll?
Ooh, this is like more like
Yeah,
a
it's a gotcha.
riddle almost.
Mm-hmm.
If a rooster laid an egg on the roof, so something about him not laying eggs.
Well, that's it. I can't even get you.
Oh, that's it?
The egg would not roll anywhere because roosters don't lay eggs.
Oh.
You-
I thought there's going to be some like deeper.
Nope, that's as deep as it gets.
Yeah, can't get that one past me.
Nope.
I love those videos of the people who are putting a chicken inside a turkey, and then there's been a couple, and then like usually it's teenage girls are like freaking out that the turkey was pregnant. Have you seen those? So for the rooster, we want our 26 gauge to be twisted 4 inches. This is this is the juicy one.
Well, you have some. Make your own little tacky
I
wrap
could
sticky
save
bun.
it and make my own. Yeah, I don't know why. I guess the oil in the bunny butter just kind of dissolves the stickiness away. What did I say? 4 inches. Okay. And then he's got like a nice long neck and they have tiny little heads, those goofy little roosters. Then his tail is going to be a little longer. So we're going to twist 2 inches. And this wire, you're going to end up using every bit of it. So be pretty careful in your measurements. Oh, well, let me bend these leg wires first. Sorry. So it goes forward 1 inch. And then back 1 1/4. And then the bottom of the leg is at 1 1/4.
So for you regular people, you might want to use a ruler, because who can really eyeball 1 1/4?
And then the same with the toes, the forward toe and the backward toe. Did I get it? Did I get 1 1/4?
It wouldn't surprise me. You do.
I did.
It's a freakish talent.
Okay. Oh, look, he's standing. It's because he's so tacky. He's so sticky. Okay. Then we have the 2 inch tail coming off his butt, which is where their tail goes. And when you take this wire down, you're going to create, they have a spur. Oh man, I really have to wrap all these little things on film. I don't think it's a good idea.
We could stop. You're wandering off film,
Oh,
so yeah,
sorry.
there we go.
Okay. Okay, so when I get to the right place, about a 1/2 inch up from the foot, I take the wire out and make a toe. Just keep going in the same direction, and then you should have enough wire to make 2 more toes. It should be just about perfect, actually.
Do you think when chickens get sick, they say they have the people pox?
Make that spur.
Can you move up a little bit, please?
What the heck?
You're just dreading wrapping everything.
And so I'm moving.
Yes. Not focused.
I'm not focused. I'm extremely focused. Look how perfect it turned out. Extremely focused and extremely cocky. Get it?
Yeah, don't get all cocky on me now.
There he is. I'm not even going to make him stand up right now. Okay, you should have your swax heating up because now it's swax time. I'm going to do a rooster since they have the spur and they're the most complicated, but all of these are done the same way. So I'm not going to show you every... I am so sticky. We're getting ready to have, like, don't run your fingers through your hair. You're going to have a something about Mary moment. Okay, I'm going to use Santa Gold, but any top coat that you can get a nice, long, thin piece. So real thin, about 6 inches long. And I just get going at the top of the leg. You don't see this top of the leg, it gets covered, but it's good to start getting some wool on there. I probably should do the toes first and then do the leg. Oh well. Now, if I play my cards right, this is long enough to do the spur. Everything you do, you want to be able to go out and back on these toes, because that's really, having the little ends come back is what holds the wool on. All right, are you zoomed in?
I'm quite zoomed.
Okay. So here, I'm taking a little bit of swax. Putting it on there. This swax has some white pigment in it. That's why it looked like that. And then I'm going to take the rest of this fiber and go back. You don't have to do the swax under the wool on the tips of the toes. I feel like since it's not getting needle felted, it's just a little bit of assurance that I would have liked this to be a little bit longer so that I could have really gotten back here, but it'll be okay. So to make it look more like a little fingernail, I can take Swax. Ooh, that was dark. This Swax has a lot of pigment in it. Put that on. It's good to get some bunny butter on your fingers, and then let it cool for a second, and then press it into a little point. What else did we do this on?
The
Bears?
owl. Yeah. Bear claws.
Yeah. Now, if I use another sort of 4 to 6 inch piece, maybe I can do, in this case, I would try to do more than one toe at a time. Like when I do little fingers on hands, I usually just do one finger at a time. But I think I'd like to be able to go out and back as many toes as possible with one piece. So the length of wool that you pick, you might not, you might end different than I did. You might be able to do your spur and then come down and do another toe. You just keep going.
This right here is why it's not a beginner project.
Yeah, yeah. This makes me want to cuss a little bit.
I might have a joke for that.
Oh yeah?
I don't know.
I anticipate there will be some swear word before we finish here today. That's okay. Alright, so when I get back here, I just kind of want to feel for what makes sense to do next. And it's this one.
Why is it easy for chicks to talk?
I don't know why.
Because talk is cheap.
That's funny. I like that one. Oh, the chicks are out at the feed store.
Oh.
I have one hen left, and she's lonely. But the question is,
Are you gonna do chicks?
am I gonna do chicks? Gosh, they stink.
You keep them in the house?
You have to have them in until it's. You have to have them warm.
So it can't
if
get
you're,
cold.
yeah, they can't be cold. So it's usually easier to have them inside than it is to try to like set something up outside. Once you get a couple of toes wrapped, it gets easier because that instability goes away. Swax is the bomb.
So this one's dumb and clever all at once.
It's good there's a lot of jokes because this is gonna be
I
slow
have pages.
and painful.
Why does a chicken coop have 2 doors?
I don't know why.
Because if it had 4 doors, it would be a chicken sedan. See, clever and bad.
That is clever.
Yet dumb, all at the same time.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to get out this toe and back, so darn it. One more piece. What's this fuzz I got here? Look how big his spur toe is. Poor
That's
guy.
partially the swax.
He's gonna have a complex. He's like, don't look at my spur. All right.
You know what they say about the size of a rooster's
I
spur.
know. This is gonna be a pain in the butt because I gotta get this to incorporate. Oh man, my stomach's growling already. Someone said they could hear our stomachs.
Yes. all this talk about chickens.
Am I still in a good place there, Milo?
It's good.
You haven't yelled at me in a while.
Nope, you're doing pretty good. I've moved twice. Hopefully the people aren't nauseated.
All right, what I'm going to do after I wrap this is show a couple more toes and the beak. And then I think I will save everybody the pain of watching me wrap tiny toes on camera.
Which day of the week?
We did those armatures pretty fast.
What?
Actually.
Yeah, you did. It
Sorry.
actually took 15 minutes.
Okay.
But for 3, that's impressive.
Okay.
What is a chicken's least favorite day of the week?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yes, Fridays.
I knew if I said it, I would find it. Okay. I'm going to make some more fingernails. I have to decide if I want them to be brown or white. I guess I should make them
Probably brown.
so that his spur doesn't stick out even more as an anomaly. So I'm going to go ahead and put, I have a lot of brown in there. It is. The swax on every little toe. Just the tip of every little toe. And then just count to 5. And then with some bunny butter on my fingers, just smooth those out into little feet. This helps them stand up too, believe it or not, having that little tackiness on their feet. Oh my gosh, that is cracking me up. And then this one's all like small. Oh, poor guy. So the beak is done the same way, just a little bit more fiber because I gotta build it up a little bit. Doesn't have to be quite so skinny. But you're gonna wrap about a 1/2 inch. It's okay if you go back on the head because that'll get covered up with wool. It doesn't matter. If, you don't need your beak to end right here. It can go back as far as you want, and then you bring the head. But what's important on this is to really get that angled out and back at the end. There's a sparkle in here because that's what's going to make the point. We're laughing because my stomach just made a really big noise. So now I'm angling back this way. And I'm going to build up the back part of the beak a little bit. And Marcia just pulled in, I think.
She did. The dogs are going to be excited.
There's going to be... But keep it small. It's little. Oh, jeez. Okay. And then I'm going to swax it. I probably, if I had my felting surface out, I would just stab that a little bit. I could have put swax underneath it too, but I didn't. And then I'm going to put swax on it. I don't want it brown. I'm trying to find the part in my swax that's more color. Ooh. So I got it pretty well covered top and bottom. And then I can smooth it out with my fingers. Ooh, look how shiny. And it gets nice and pointy too. Hi, Marcia.
Hey, how's it going?
All right, I'm going to do one more leg. This is the hen, and the hen is really the easiest because the chick is so small that the little toes are all wobbly, and the rooster has that extra digit. So I just want to do one more to show you guys how this could look, how this potentially could look. Part of the tricky thing is when you get down here, since the toes don't have a real concrete structure, they're floating in space a little bit, is getting that all nailed down so that you know what's where.
Everyone's world is going to move for a second. We're falling off the thing. There we go.
I just talked to my sister and I told her I was wrapping teeny tiny mother clucking toes.
That's how you feel about it, huh?
Yeah.
Not your favorite thing to do.
Nope.
You know what it builds?
What?
Endurance.
Oh, Finley. What's happening?
Somebody hears something.
After this, we get to have fun with roll. Oh! She's got a rangy toe too. She got a little frostbite. I have all kinds of random dye in my pigment in my swax. All right, that's enough of that. You guys are good. You don't need to see any more toes. I'll finish these up.